Shasu, Shasu, Shasu. I am Kanaya of the Shasu Experience, and welcome to episode 13 of Numerality, where sound meets symbols and consciousness finds clarity. Today is Saturday, ruled by the planet Saturn. Saturn wants to limit, to restrict for justifiable reasons, to control, to govern for the purpose of benefit, and to discipline to impress upon the mind or memory. Saturn has a relationship to ambition, self-preservation, conversion, endurance, integrity, caution, the elderly, preservance, and stability. Now, with the energy of Saturn, today, the things you could do to capitalize off this energy would be anything that requires your concentration or focus, crafting, or some sort of structured creativity, any task you deem challenging, breaking old habits, taking care of any responsibilities or tasks left over from the days prior. Now, the number 8 is ruled by the planet Saturn and the sign of Capricorn. The number 8 has to do with achievement, career, major moves, power, recognition, authority, self-confidence, inner strength, executive ability, CEO, success, and having good judgment. Now, the sign of Capricorn acts in a manner of using with the purpose, with purpose, patience, quiet, resourcefulness, and efficiency. It's very calculating and calm. This energy has an affinity with old age, politics, responsibility, seriousness, persistence, government service, and administration. Now, in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the 8 is connected to the Strength card, and that has to do with the energy of responsibility, money, business, and karma. Now, Leo, this is connected to the astrological sign of Leo. Now, Leo works in a manner of resolving with generosity, creativity, and loyalty. It has an affinity to fatherhood, theater, warmth. It's also the performer, honor, jewelry, stockbroking, and other gambling. Excuse me. Now, yesterday's fire element was the 34-7, and that was the 8 of Wands, and that had to do with haste, messages, settlements, swift actions, progress, quick turn of events, traveling, visitors, having fun, and making moves. That had to do with the first decan of Sagittarius, as the moon is in the first decan of Sagittarius. That is the energy of Jupiter, and Jupiter wants to expand and to mature by way of experience. Now, yesterday, the changes that we had been wanting to make or implement regarding our lemonade stand, the energy yesterday was asking you to believe in yourself and believe in believe in your business and how you are connecting with yourself and others about your business. The energy was mainly predicated on your values and morals. And now with the 37, with the 34-7, because you have that knowledge of why you are doing something, you now have space to resolve, to reevaluate your actions and or impulses before taking them. However, in order to move with the quick challenges that were taking place outside of you yesterday, the internal processes you went through is one of the reevaluation tools you can use to help you to remember why you had the idea, what the idea is, why you had the idea, and who you were being of service to. So that was what the energy brought yesterday. Now, today is a 35-8 day, and that has to do with the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands has to do with preparedness, strength, inheritance, recognition, business, not giving up, finding out something new about yourself, courage, strength, resilience, and also standing your ground. This is the third decan of Sagittarius, which has to do with Mars. Mars wants to initiate, it wants to enter into an expression of physical energy. It wants to activate, it wants to engage in liveliness, and it wants to move to change positions from one place to another. Mars has a relationship to courage, war, passion, desire, and heat. I think I said earlier that the moon in Sagittarius was in the second decan. I misspoke. It's in the third decan. And it's funny because it's in the third decan, and today the card, the energy for today represents the third decan of Sagittarius. So yeah, the moon currently is in the third decan of Sagittarius, which is also connected to the 35 8-day Nine of Wands. Now, the excuse me, the 35 can also be an indication of an energy that can support you in creating wealth, position, and power. The 35 suggests a fascination with the exchange of money, the self-expression of the 3, and the freedom of the 5 can create a sense of abundance. This energy is generous, affectionate, charming, and fully engaged in its independence. Adventures that lead to the true meaning of prosperity are met naturally with large energy reserves. So again, the number 8 is ruled by the planet Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. The number 8 has to do with achievement, career, major moves, power, recognition, authority, self-confidence, inner strength, executive ability, CEO, success, and having good judgment. Now, as far as the Nine of Wands goes and the energy of the 35-8, this supports the idea of trust and belief in your ideas so much that you manifested the perfect environment, i.e. the lemonade stand, and now the 35-8, you are now prepared for the ups and downs of running that business, that lemonade stand. A sense of confidence comes when one gains wisdom by way of experience. With the energy of of Sagittarius, whose attitude whose expression is through seeing with cheerfulness, optimism, curiosity, and foresight. And Mars, which wants to initiate, to activate, to move. Together, we seek other ways to create abundance for the business. So think of things like investments, like stocks, or hiring new people, hiring managers, looking at new locations, connecting with other businesses in the community, adding health plans, uh, things like putting things in place as far as like a board, things like that. This energy supports the results of discipline and hard work. So the water element, just a reminder that everything is happening for our highest best good. That's always however, in the numerality space, the water represents our emotions, and everything that we're going through at this time is helping, is a positive change, and it is a very unexpected outcome to a turn of events, and it's actually um, a lucky break for us, and for us to expand and grow in our emotional depth as far as we handle change and transitions such as this, with the wheel of fortune as the water element for the month. Excuse me. Now, what will support us today is The 45-9, and that has to do with the Five of Cups. Now, the Five of Cups has to do with old friends, partial gains, learning experiences, grief, sorrow, being sad, emotionally unsatisfied, hard to please, and focusing on the negative. That has to do with the first decan of Scorpio. Scorpio moves in a manner that is desiring with subtlety and passion, shrewdness, and tenacity. And Mars wants to initiate, activate, and to move. So the nine is about completion, dreams fulfilled, endings, being of service, inspiration, long trips, and philanthropy. Broad-mindedness, competitiveness, independent, self-determining, and charitable. The 9 also in the Rider-Waite Tarot has to do with the Hermit card. That has to do with change, endings, charity, inspiration, seeking solitude, contemplation, lighting the way for others, wisdom, responsibility, humanity, inner wisdom, faith, completion, endings, long journeys, inspiration, dreams, and fulfillment. It has to do with it's connected to the sun that wants to integrate, to express, to project, and it also has to do with the sign of Virgo, which acts in a manner of examining with productivity, thoroughness, memory, precision, and evaluation. Now, for this energy, for the Earth energy, what can support us today as we're what can support us today is I have two interpretations. So one of them is with the earth element being the 45, the 45-9. The Five of Cups gives me the impression that what will support us today is our willingness or our awareness that we have completed our goal, and now it's time to leave something behind. This energy can come with sadness. However, it is important to embrace the elevation and moving forward with new goals, focusing on what you want to do now to leave some sort of legacy behind is what will help ground you today. We have learned so much with our lemonade stand that now it's no longer fulfilling, and we must move on to something even more satisfying. Now, the second one, on the other hand, it gives me the impression that with the 9, there is an opportunity to use the completion as a learning experience, and therefore use the energy to inspire others to set goals for themselves and work hard to get them. The energy of the 45-9's Five of Cups represents the transition from completion and the inner work that comes from being aware of how you overcame the challenges you faced, what you did, and how you did it. Acknowledging those factors and accepting that you can be of service, which is also a 9 trait, in a more meaningful and fulfilling capacity. The Five of Cups is seeking more out of life, and that is what will help ground you presently in this day. We have learned so much with our lemonade stand, and now we must move on to something more fulfilling and or higher than ourselves. Yeah, so those two are my two interpretations of how we could use the Five of Cups energy rather than exaggerating feelings that may need to stay at a neutral space because we are aware of this energy at this time. Now, the air energy, the air element for today is the impression that we're giving in the conscious realm of others' experience, and that has to do with the Six of Swords. Well, that is the 60, and we simplify that down to the 6. But in the Rider-Waite card, the 60 has to do with the Six of Swords, and that has to do with passage, new home, new proposals, forgiveness, moving on to calmer waters, moving towards a better future, changing something, finding solutions. That energy is represented by the second decan of Aquarius, and that is connected to Mercury, and Mercury wants to communicate, to concentrate, and to transmit. The number 6 has to do with duty, domestic activity, family life, beauty, responsibility, imagination, union, love, service, nurturing, protection, harmony, peace, justice, and truth. In the Rider-Waite deck, the 6 is connected to the Lover's card, and it has to do with marriage, change in the home, redecorating, remodeling, domestic and community responsibilities. And it's also connected to the planet Venus. Venus wants to relate, unite, and connect. And also Gemini, and Gemini works with the expression of thinking, with inquisitiveness, mimicry, duality, changeability, and mediation and wit. So, uh, so in this space, it's almost, my interpretation of this is that people will feel like the energy that we're giving off is that of which, because we have realized that it is time to move on, the energy may come off to others as if we have checked out. It's an air of like, I'm here today, gone tomorrow. Our minds are busy, or it's occupied. Like it's not fully giving people attention. Um, may also seem to others that what you do, you may not find it as interesting as you once did. Even though you are solving problems differently, it is because you have surrendered to the fact that you're leaving. It's a different energy. Therefore, the initial spark that once was there was gone, and it's noticeable. However, the way in which you are handling business in this case, i.e. the lemonade stand, is kind of like how a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, now unattached and preparing to move on, it can be a sad experience or an uplifting one. Now, with the energy that I've already talked about, it's important to lean more into uh, the uplifting space of understanding how it is that you're communicating. Yes, we may be feeling a certain I guess, energy of loss. However, it's still important to be aware of how we are expressing that energy outwardly, and to also be mindful that that is also a part of our work internally to do too, as far as shifting our perspective, to shift our emotions in a manner that is more manageable, uh, and I guess to support the outside world as well as our internal world, to be more in harmony. And that's how we be of service to one another. That's how we help one another. So just be mindful if you do find yourself in this energy being a little sharp or cold or distant. Just give yourself a little reassurance, and that'll prompt some energy around you to display that action in some sort of fashion. Now, I'm going to give you some other some more energy that is compatible with the 8 energy that can help with kind of balancing everything out too. So the 8 is compatible with the number 3, which is imagination, expansion, self-improvement, creation, and self-expression. It is also compatible with duty, domestic, family, responsibility, and the idea of nurturing. And it's connected to the signs of Capricorn, Pisces, Sagittarius, Taurus, and Libra. The number 8 is also compatible with itself, achievement, career, power, business, and authority. So yeah, I hope that was helpful for the to help manage the transitions that we're going through at this time. So now we're going on to the astrology. Now the moon is in Sagittarius around 17 degrees, giving it a signature of Mars, like we talked about already. Now I'm going to give you uh what the moon transits are. So the moon is in Sagittarius and that is squaring Saturn in Pisces. Pisces moves in a manner of believing with hospitality, kindness, compassion, reservation, and fluidity. This will be happening around 7:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we may find that there is a restriction or tension or limitation in our sense of freedom or independence. It could mean that we feel that we have to put responsibility over freedom, therefore creating some emotional tension. Try to take a drive or a walk out in nature. Um, and then next we have the moon in Sagittarius is squaring Venus in Pisces. And this energy can show where we could find some tension in communicating what we need and desire with actually showing the love and affection. So we may find tension in how we emotionally and how we feel emotionally and how we go about it externally. Now, let's move on to the planets. Mercury is sesqui square Jupiter around 6 a.m. again Eastern Standard Time. A sesqui square is just acknowledging a minor annoyance or irritation. This energy may lead us into exaggerating an issue that may not need so much attention. I did talk about that earlier, whether it's positive or negative. So exaggerated perceptions via media or any form of communication is also likely. Now we have Venus in Pisces is going to trine Mars in Cancer around 6:50 this evening, and this trine will bring like it'll bring a sense of warmth and harmony to our relationships, creating a gentle flow between emotions and desires. It's a great day to connect with loved ones or enjoying creative and or romantic pursuits if possible. Um, and also allow this supportive energy to enhance the closeness and intimacy. There now later on in the day, there is a space to free up some of the tension that may have been building from earlier in the day. There is some energy later on that can free that up and break that up for you. So thank you. Thank you for listening. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful. Feel free to email me. I will leave it in the description box. So until the next experience, be well and enjoy. Peace.